Yeah, let's do that. I haven't seen that yet. Oh yeah, nice. Alright, who's next? Book of Luck. Whatever his name is. Suffering. 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 He not die? Really? 1 hit point? Bruh. Oh, please. Alright, now he's suffering. You, I think, also need to suffer. Klezmer vibes with some jazz. I don't know what Klezmer is. Okay, let's see. We need to get Peter. Yes. Yeah. And let's see what I can do. Add some more suffering for you. Jewish music. That's interesting. I need to check that out. I do like ethnic music, I guess you could call it. This soundtrack is really good in general. It's been... I do really like the soundtracks we get these days in gaming. They are pretty cool. I think there's been a big improvement in that. Especially from the Eastern studios. Like Witcher 3 or 2 or 1.
Combat I've seen so far. They didn't fight like that in the Albuquerque saloon.
Kingdom Come Deliverance. This one.
Thank you again for your help. Walter Pinkman.
Wiktor Szulski.
It's also nice to hear something different, right? And not the same thing again and again.
Also is not on the way to Albuquerque.
It depends on how you look at it. If it wasn't for you, my journey would have ended here. Thank you again, Mr. Szulski.
Like, we're getting great soundtracks in general. I don't have any... microphone stand. Complaints about that. But it is nice to get different settings in general. It would be nice also to get different settings like this in games, not only music, right? We need less Tolkien fantasy. We need less based in America, anything. And we need more of the world. Give us some Philippines, some Africa, some Eastern Europeans, or whatever. Just don't put the same setting again and again and again. We get so many games these days, and still most of them do the same thing. It's really annoying. Oh, this is the Jewish thing, right? Yeah. Let's go find about this golem. Don't ever call Poland as Eastern European presence Poles, really? Isn't it Eastern European? By definition? Like geographically wise? I'm sorry, geography is not my thing. Like I almost failed at school at it. But by definition it's in Central Europe. I did not know that. Damn. You're Poland. I swear I thought it was Eastern Europe, but Let's see. If the geographical center of Europe is taken into consideration, Poland very often happens to be exactly in the middle. Although everything depends on where the furthest point of the continents are defined. The most accepted theory online is drawn from the north coast of Norway to the south coast of Italy. Center of Europe. Okay, nice. Well, I hope I didn't insult a bunch of Polish people if they ever see my videos. Because I always thought they were Eastern. By some definition, it's Eastern, but cultural-wise, Poland since the beginning. I mean, cultural-wise, I don't know what you could call Western culture, since European culture is very different. It's not the US. We have very different cultures between our countries. That was a nice little bit though. I appreciate it. The correction. I always appreciate corrections and learning new things. I will keep in mind now that Poland is in Central Europe. But Czechs are not, right? Because they were part of Czechoslovakia, whatever. When I was growing up, at least it was Czechoslovakia. What is this? Oh, barber. Again, not great at geography. I was much more of a history person. Yeah, damn it. Stop pointing me. Okay, you know what? This is how you do it. Central Europe. Cool. Both disciplines are interconnected. What do you mean?
That's him, the one with the book.
Yeah, more people to beat.
Oozing carbuncle. You ain't had enough of Warsaw yet? So you're sticking your nose in on people here?
History and geography.
You know what happens to fellas who sniff around where they ain't supposed to?
Well, I guess, as this game indicates, Poland was always a bit on the whole Russia sphere of influence, which is maybe why I thought of them as Eastern European. Not really. What do you mean not really? They were not in the Russian sphere of influence? Where are you from, by the way? Yeah,
I just wanted to stop by the laundry.
you are from Poland, okay then.
He must.
Obviously you're not better.
You'll have to find yourself another laundry.
Alright, what do we have? I guess we'll start with... Oh, you don't have to focus. We'll start with you. Dun, dun. Veles. Veles. Right, tell me a bit about Poland then. Historically wise. I think we've done this conversation before, maybe. Yeah. All right. Kill him, I guess. Probably, but not necessary. All right, we want beer. So was just the World War II thing for Poland and Russia? There wasn't a prior history? Yeah. These guys do damage to focus, but we don't care. There's some nice killing. Prior, there was a partition of Poland at the end of the 18th century. Again, this is about this game, right? Because this is what I talk about, that and it's kinda at the end of, I think, 18th century, I'm not sure. They talk about Poland, and there are people that believe Poland is, Polish, and there are people that, in this game again, believe that it's Russian, etc. Then there was no Poland until the end of World War One. Right. So what was it called before? It was just part of... I mean, I guess before there was a lot more... difference in countries. I mean, you could say there was no Greece before the liberation in the 19th century, I think. Or was it? Because it was all Ottoman Empire until some point. Or that was Greece before, then it became Greece again. I guess that counts as Greece in my book because I'm Greek. That's how we feel about it. It was partitioned by Russia, Germany, and Austro-Hungary. Alright. So Polish is a new identity, let's say, culturally. Countries are a new addition overall. I mean, yeah, of course. Like if you go ancient Greece, there wasn't no Greece or Hellas. It's what to call ourselves. It was just city-states and stuff like that.
You're talking nonsense!
By Abraham's beard, that's the way it was. Did you hear about Praga? I'm at the harbor getting fish, and half the wharf is in splinters. They said there's even bodies.
More bodies than they usually fish out of the Vistula. Practically every day. They were only just writing about Powiśle.
But listen to this. They're saying it's some giant did it all.
This is the golem.
Or? Maybe I can help. Recently, I've taken an interest in one of those.
Leave us alone. Did you wander in here by mistake?
No.
I hope those guys outside are your relatives. Otherwise, you're paying too much for your protection. Are you scared of something?
I'm not easily frightened. I have the time spent working with your father to thank for that.
Yeah, I remember him now.
Dirty laundry that needs
He's that guy that the father fired or something. That's very, by the way, intriguing, right? We are so set in our knowledge of the world now, how we see the world, countries, even though it wasn't a thing like 200 years ago. This is how it was always been. Like we see the world with modern eyes. The world is round, the earth is not the center of the universe, and all that jazz.
I was interested in this giant you mentioned to the fishmonger.
I can't help you.
It's hard to
So deal with.
look at the setting
I didn't say anything about a golem.
without
Afraid I
putting your modern
And now, if you'd like,
viewpoint there. Like that's hard for gaming too. You do a setting like in the, I don't know, medieval times, and you see that a lot in gaming, but you see a lot more freedom for rights for women in the games that there would be at the time. Even the games that want to be historically accurate, I don't think it's easy to portray something that we now consider as barbaric.
Let's have a word about your conflict with my father.
there was no such thing. I have warm feelings for the store, and his father as well.
Oh, okay.
Why did you quit working for my father?
It was a mutual decision.
Should have gone to the store first, maybe.
I know that you and my father parted ways in bad terms. What happened?
We both had difficult personalities, but I still remember him fondly.
Damn, I hate it when that happens.
You're not telling me everything.
I'll come back to
To
this.
explain myself to you, Mr. Szulski.
I'm leaving now, but I can tell this won't be the last time we meet.
There was another
Farewell.
conversation there. Okay. Let's look around, I guess. Again, there must have been some point of conflict with our father. In friendship and good intentions, and in the fact that Stanislaw Szulski was a good person. Unfortunately, he was wrong. I think this has something to do with politics of Szulski or something. Of our father, I guess, Stanislaw. We didn't draw conclusions, so I guess we'll have to come back here. Alright. Might have missed something, but it might be in my father's place, so let's check that first. I would love to see a game that is actually realistic in how the world was in the era it portrays, but I feel like in the current climate it would be buried by every critic or people in general. Like you play Assassin's Creed games tend to be obviously not historical, but try to put in a lot of history into their games. If you played Assassin's Creed 3, what the? Must be a bug. You don't see a ton of slavery everywhere, which I think you should probably do. See. I mean, make a game in some horrible things that happened in the US, racism-wise. A lot of people don't even know about, right? Certainly not me, because I'm not from the US. Okay, that's interesting. We get a lot of safe properties, not only in games but in movies, in TV shows, etc. I think people are afraid to shock others in entertainment these days because it's why I think we also have really crappy comedies now because people are way too easily offended. Which is too bad. It was not that way when I was growing up, at least not in this level. The Curse of Abraham. Last will. My daughter, yep. That's weird though. All my personal movables be sold by public auction, let the money be collected be offered to the beggars at the cemetery. Strange will. Everything related to the family business I entrust in the custody of my daughter. I do not attribute the manner of administration to her. I only wish that the business be small, not risky, and honest as I had run it. I also wish to aid my son Wiktor and entrust my grimoire to him. Which is again, is this Wiktor V? Because sometimes they go between V and W when they pronounce it like Wiktor. It's very strange. Okay. We knew about that.
Synagoga nożyków, mirów.
The echo of Golem's curse smells of dark Kabbalah and remorse. I feel something else, a trace. I recognize it. It was in the ruins of the tenement's house under which my father died. Rabbi Sofer, which is a thaumaturge, right? We just read that. Cast the Golem curse on father. Interesting, especially given the fact that the two were seemingly friends. On the other hand, destroying important relationships was father's favorite pastime. So it doesn't surprise me. If I want to get rid of the golem, I should go to Miro.
I have to find their meeting place.
A suspicious address and a message that only another thaumaturge could read. It smells of mystery and conspiracy. This is exactly what Konenskin and Svetlana were talking about. I should check it out. Still don't know how to break that though. Don't think we learned anything there. I guess we'll continue that way. Does it say anything else? I have to find a way to break his silence. There's something.
Well, well.
Okay, this is a side thing which we don't care about. Although I do want to level up. Because now we have a new... We need 3. And... I don't know how many. The problem is, can I not level up without... well, level up enough. Without doing the side quests? Maybe. I will probably do the main and side quests here and do the point of interest off screen. Because I don't think they are very interesting. Just to get points. Nice. There is one point, we need two more. So, I mean, this costs nothing story-wise, right? But it gave us a lot of experience, which is why you need to do this urban secrets, I guess. Talk to the rabbi. Okay. That's interesting. Another thing I don't know a lot about is Jewish religion. Well, I'm not a religious person, so I guess I know a lot. I know enough about Orthodox because I was raised as one, even though I'm not one. And Greece is a heavily Orthodox country. But other religions, not so much. And this was always, I don't know how true this is, but the Jewish religion seemed very esoteric.
Hello.
You said a month, 2 at most. I believed you. Then came the very first rain, and it was pouring in again. You fixed it, then the next rain. Soaked. I can't sleep because I have to keep emptying buckets. It's leaking just as badly as it was before. But the eyes of God are in every place, and they're watching.
Rabbi, when I said 2 months, you said there was one hole in the ceiling, but the whole building is in shambles here.
I can do it.
Quiet. You can seal up your daddy's barn with straw. The roof is gonna get holes because the foundations are crumbling.
So, let's go down to the basement.
Oh no, definitely not there.
What's in the basement that's so frightening?
Hashem, something down there reeks so awful that...
Come now, don't be silly.
Let's wait. It would be impolite to butt in their conversation.
Why do you afflict me so? I know why, because you know I shall bear it.
Same is a word for God. How many
Listen, or have you...
words for God there are?
Am I speaking to Rabbi Sofer?
You see, all I gotta do is mention these cellars and his name comes up.
Would Hashem let a synagogue be haunted?
Hey now, quiet.
What was it in Indiana Jones?
I'm afraid.
He said that the name is...
Rabbi Sofer departed this
I don't remember.
almost a year ago.
Yeah...
Forgive me,
something.
I have worldly matters to attend to.
In Jewish, yes, of course. Obviously, there are a lot of words for God in every religion. Yeah... how do you pronounce that?
I understand, Rabbi. And if someone will
Yahweh.
help you with
Yahweh.
weapons,
In the word,
Tetragrammaton. That's a Greek word.
tempt a Jewish man into idolatry, what harm would it do?
Tetragrammaton.
I understand.
Alright, what do we need to do? Make the rabbi find time to... The hell. Okay. I guess we need to solve his problem. A good name too. An interesting name. Tetragrammaton. I mean, in modern Greek that means 4 letters. Oh yeah. The Tetragrammaton is the four-letter Hebrew theonym, the name of God in the Hebrew Bible. The four letters written and read from right to left are Yod, He, Wo, and He. I'm killing this, I know. Sorry. The name can be derived from a verb that means to be, to exist, to cause to become, or to come to pass. Ah, that's why it's YHWH. Okay. Why do they use a Greek word for it though? Alright, this is a bigger rabbit hole. I'll go down to it later. Hashem is the one that is allowed to be spoken. Okay. The other ones are secret words or holy ones. The workers are pious, but their faith has led them to different conclusions. The younger one wants to renovate the temple of God's glory as fast as possible. The older one fears that restoring that which God's will has destroyed is a sin. I should make sure that the prevailing interpretation is the one that aligns with my goals. Okay. Let's do magic on them.
Back up. God helps those who help themselves.
But maybe you're right, Rabbi. Maybe Hashem is afflicting us, setting a test for us.
You heard the guy talking about Sofer. The old man cursed
I think the guy is infidel or something.
sellers.
So I'll go on my own and show that Hashem protects me against curses in Hashem's domain.
On your own. You can seal up your daddy's barn, right? Fine, let's go.
It's from the Ten Commandments.
Your tests still surprise me.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Okay. Again, not religious, personally.
Who are you?
Although religion is fascinating, but personally, intellectually fascinating, but meaningless to me.
I'm the son of Wiktor Szulski, and I really need help.
Let's go into my office. Let's show Hashem we accept the challenge.
Spiritually, I mean, it's meaningless to me, but intellectually, I find it very interesting. Alright, what do we have before we speak to you? Homilies about Simon the Mage. When, again, I can't pronounce any of these, so I'm sorry. When Simon apprentices create a golem without his supervision, it refuses to obey them, going about and doing as it pleased. When they want to destroy it by means known to them, it did not react and continued to cause the trouble. Finally, they turned to their master in shame, and he sent unto them. That which was created only at its birthplace can be destroyed. So the apprentices lured the golem to where it has been created, and it crumbled into dust. It's interesting. Where's the ways to? If it's true. Marketplace, okay.
What do we have here?
I should do that probably. At side quest too. Alright. But not now. I will speak to him.
Please, tell me what problem brought you here.
Rabbi Sofer put a curse on my father. Unfortunately, it started affecting his children as well.
A curse is a serious accusation, you know. I find it hard to believe Sofer would do such a thing.
He did though.
Maybe, Rabbi, you could tell me something about golems.
Son of Stanisław, golems are a matter of Kabbalah, and you are not allowed to study them. It's a trap for a soul.
Yeah,
Tales of golems being
that's bad knowledge.
or in good faith for protection. But they all end rather badly. And you claim that Sofer supposedly sent a golem?
I don't know. Did the old rabbi perhaps leave some things here? May I take a look at them?
But we do know.
Yes, here you are. All his books are here. I don't think I threw anything out. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Rabbi, could you tell me something about Sofer?
He was fair, but also difficult and very principled. Like
Is he dead? I guess he is.
riots, provocations, pogroms, overpopulation. But if he's the one who inflicted the curse, he must have been a powerful thaumaturge and Kabbalist.
What is the difference? What is a Kabbalist? I'm guessing a mage or something.
Who can summon a golem?
Normally, it's determined by need. The Kabbalist rabbi summons the golem
Or a
himself.
holy, whatever, I don't know.
Other Jewish people can also entreat him to do so. In legends, the golem is a terrible punishment and a tool for meting out divine justice. But I think it's an offense against Hashem, and revenge is no justice.
That's a conversation.
How can I stop a golem?
To summon it to life, you write the 3 Hebrew letters spelling emes, truth, on the clay that formed it.
Yeah, to remove the
To stop the monster, the heroes of these legends would erase the first letter from
Taño.
the clay body. That leaves mes, which means death. But I don't know how much truth is in that.
And I knew it because Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. You have to kill a golem.
Rabbi, could you help me understand something about Kabbalah?
No. And I'll say no more on the subject. I fear for your soul.
Well, my soul
But
is
I won't find anything.
already in trouble.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Alright. Let's look around. Find why did this guy curse us. Well, curse our father. And us by extension. One mission meant to change the face of the world. I think this is what our father was also... Maybe they did it because our father was working for the secret police, whatever. He betrayed them. Oh god, no, you want to go to work, but you need to wait. It's not time yet. An expensive fountain pen. The words left his throat but stopped at the beaten end of the pen and refused to march further. The rabbi wanted to confess everything, to talk about the motives that guided Stanislaw's action. He didn't though, in the name of the greater good. Well... things we do in the name of the greater good. The needs of the many and all that thing. The words of a plea made over the cup of... The words of a plea made over a cup of tea, cower near the mold. A plea to cast a golem's curse, justice for the sins committed against Mordechai, whatever, and his community. Szulski should experience the wrath of the sons of Abraham. He must suffer just punishment. Okay, so now we know that the friend of the father is that worked on our office, his office, is responsible for the curse. Asking for it anyway. Morte, I guess, Morte Shazat was father's friend and colleague until Stanislaw Szulski did something that awoke hatred in his friend. Whatever it was, it pushed Mortesage to the edge and he asked Rabbi Sofer to cast a golem curse. Unfortunately, when his father died, the curse passed on to me. Thanks, Papa. Okay, that's nice. Can I...
Rabbi?
I'm listening.
There we go.
Mordechai Chayat. Do you
Mordecai Hayat.
Rabbi?
There is no either.
Laundry's here in Miruf, but I admit he doesn't really come to see me. Maybe there are other things I
Mordecai is a name, though, so okay.
I found a prescription belonging to the old rabbi. Was something troubling him?
He had heart problems. The local pharmacist would even bring him some kind of special medicine.
What was that pharmacist called?
Abraham Horowitz. But now his pharmacy is sitting empty.
Let me guess. He's dead?
Unfortunately.
Well, everybody's dying.
Socialists were involved. Others claim it was the Ochrana's doing. Let's keep talking, if you need to.
We can check that out, maybe. That's it. Thank you.
Be off now.
I'll pray for you.
Very helpful. Appreciate it. We will do that, actually, because it's an optional objective, and I want to see it. Funnily enough about this, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. I don't think anyone does not do that anymore. Probably the most used thing ever. But religions change through time because society changes. And religions always mirror society. Let's face it. And if it doesn't, another religion comes and does that and gain prominence. Alright. Let's see. Someone wasn't use a coaster. The destroyed wood of the windowsill is filled with the fear of revenge from the people he ultimately failed to help. People who will come not for medicine, but to wring his neck. But this is still better than the fate the Thaumaturge will inflict on him. Szulski is the one to be feared. The plot thickens. The pharmacy was the jewel in the neighborhood's crown, until it wasn't. Customers took their business elsewhere, which wouldn't have been such a bad thing if not for the whispers. Whispers of the place having a bad aura, which forever destroyed that which was once good about it. Guess her father did something. The box is densely covered with words of matter of fact calculation and focus on one goal. Carrying out the command will require the explosion to be spectacular. It must shake the very foundations of the Tsar's empire. And that will require more pomade. Much more. But how can one get it when the Tsar dogs are tracking one's every move? So he wanted to destroy something. Mordecai blames the father for the disappearance of Abraham Horowitz, but he does not know the whole truth. Horowitz was involved in a dangerous game between the socialists and the Ukraina. Stanislav Szulski got rid of the apothecary in cold blood, but he did it in the name of the greater good. Alright, now we can go back and talk to him. And then I'll end the stream because my dog wants to be walked. This is a really good game. even if I haven't played now for a couple of weeks because I was waiting for the new monitor and I'm also playing Fallout London. But every time I play it, it's just very easy to get through. Time passes swiftly and it's very enjoyable. I think so far this has been one of the best games of the year. We'll see, of course. There is still time. Hey Wiktor, just in time for me to end the stream in a bit. Good job as always. It's going well. How about you? Πρέπει να βγάλω το σκύλο βολτά. Κάταλα. Καλά.
Is there something else you need?
Let's talk about your relationship with my father. A tense relationship.
Mr. Szulski, I'll say it one more time. Stanisław and I...
Is it nice?
quarrel.
I guess it is nice. What are you doing yourself?
Liar. Your anger still lingers around the photograph of my father. You're going to find it hard to hide
I'm good.
from me.
Well, everyone is good.
Speaking ill of the dead, Mr.
Would you
Szulski,
tell me if you weren't good?
especially to their family.
A lot of these social norms are weird.
Drove us apart. Not all stains are easy to remove, especially ones on a person's honor.
And might they give you a reason to seek revenge? A motive?
I can't summon golems if that's
And ask for it though.
that.
But you know there is such a possibility.
Is that all?
No.
Get back to work.
I know about the pharmacist.
Beg your pardon?
All this is because Abraham Horowitz, isn't it? He lost his life.
It's okay, μερικές φορές η βόλτα με το σκύλο είναι καλό να ξεσκάς. Yeah.
I just don't get
Oh, that's nice, το είπα για το game.
important to you.
Oh yeah, okay. The game is good.
Unity. Something you Szulskis don't know a thing about. Here, we take care of everyone equally. No one is more or less important than anyone else. Your father's punishment was fitting for his actions and his
You sent a golem to kill him, dude. What the fuck?
A death for a death.
Was it worth it? A golem is a blunt instrument.
Also killed Svetlana and that other guy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, το καλό με το σκύλο είναι ότι σε βγάζει από το σπίτι και σε αναγκάζει να περπατάς. Είναι πολύ καλό. Προφανώς και companionship και other things. Αλλά ναι, ειδικά στην καραντίνα βοήθησε αρκετά γιατί έβγαινα κάθε μέρα να περπατήσω. Και δεν μου λέγει κανένας τίποτα.
You wanted to teach my father a lesson, and you did. It's too bad innocent people died in the process. The building that collapsed on Stanisław, it was inhabited by people. Now all that's left of them are some damaged items. That's what happens every time the golem physically manifests. Random people lose their lives due to its untamed power.
No, it can't be. It wasn't
It's a
supposed to be
being
that
of
way.
clay. What did you expect? Jesus.
I don't think the punishment is adequate for the crime. Horowitz had something on his conscience. He must have, if both the Ochrana and the Socialists were interested in him. And what my father did, I can't believe I'm saying this, but his motives seem noble.
Oh, do they?
There's no trace of cruelty in his actions. He didn't do it for his own profit, but for some kind of greater good.
Without any specifics, those are just words.
My father and Sofer knew one another for years. Father knew the rabbi could be forced to create a golem.
How was he forced?
Was killed. They both took that risk. Sofer couldn't reveal that he knew Stanisław. He also knew that Horowitz had to disappear because he was a threat to too many people.
To whom?
That doesn't matter. You don't have anything to do with this, Mordechai. Just like I have nothing to do with my father's actions.
Hi.
I am connected to them.
Stop
only-
using different names for the same name.
Do you want?
To get rid of the golem. Tell me something, anything, that will get me closer to a solution.
Instead of telling you, I'll show you.
Where? Into an alley, where some friend of yours will smack me around?
To the synagogue. Are you coming?
Would have told him, by the way, that his friend planned to bomb something.
Yes. Let's go.
We'll stop to get Feldman. He should see this too.
Alrighty, let's see. What do we have? Who is Feldman, by the way? I don't remember. Oh, this is the basement. I guess that guy was right to be suspicious of the basement. I do love the art in this game. The game looks very pretty. We need more games like that, even from big companies that... I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the AAA games, the Spider-Mans, etc. But there is so much budget to them that even modest success can kill a studio, like Deus Ex, for example, the new games. They didn't do bad, but Square had a lot of different ideas on what they should sell. Which is too bad because they were great games. We need studios to scale down a bit. If you have 1,000 people, make different games. Don't make one game. That takes 5-6 years. I think it's a big reason why a lot of studios are closing these days. Okay, so he saw the golem being born. Okay. Given his crimes, no punishment is too great or severe. That guy had issues. And also killed a bunch of innocent people. This is how the golem got out. The synagogue basement, this is where the golem that sits down and killed father was summoned. And now it's after me. I thought salutors couldn't take on a physical form, but I was wrong. The Kabbalah and hatred are capable of bending even the fundamental laws of thaumaturgy. I can't undo this on my own. I need an ally. Okay. Oh, this is Feldman. Okay.
So,
Quality over quantity, every day.
The foundation is crumbling. A lovely metaphor, Hashem. But what happened here had nothing to do with Hashem. Did it?
Mr. Szulski wished to know the origin of his curse. This is where it took its shape. If I'd... Now I see it differently, but back then, when I was talking to Sofer, revenge and justice seemed one and the same.
Revenge is no justice. It is always dictated by anger, and in anger, erring comes easily. But Sofer agreed to it.
He summoned the golem.
Why? Why did he agree to it?
I want to know.
It's what I want to know.
what do you remember from the moment you summoned the golem?
Nothing. I don't want to go back to that.
Seems a bit...
Your memory takes shape and forms into words. Talk to me, Mordechai.
I feel cold. Cold from the clay seeps into my fingers, into my bones. But the colossus I've been sculpting for hours is nearly ready. Sofar whispers the spell in Hebrew, but his words throb in my temples and soul. The colossus comes to life and looks at me.
Is it connected to him?
I don't know.
Speak!
I couldn't hear, I swear. I couldn't hear. Truly. Enough, I beg you. Enough. Your family and your blood deserved this curse.
Fuck you.
Enough.
Hayat. How could Sofar have done something like this? And you, sir, how are you not ashamed?
I I should have done the other thing first.
We have treated Hayat unfairly.
You made him relive all that.
He killed our father and is trying to kill us.
To know, anything might help us get rid of the golem.
Even so.
This place won't tell me any more.
And what have you learned?
The hole you can't miss over there is the new door the golem smashed when it was summoned to life.
And no one saw anything. How is that possible?
A good question also.
Clay formed a shell that Sofar infused with the salutor. Hayat brought it and spent hours shaping the body of the golem.
Hours? That must have been horribly exhausting.
What's
Yeah,
a few
poor guy.
hours in exchange for a curse that lasts generations?
Also, how the hell can he justify us and Ligia also getting hit by the curse? Let's say Szulski did something bad, which he didn't in this case, but let's say he did. How could he say that, oh, you and your family deserve that? How did we deserve that?
These are the remains of some fabric that Sofar wrote something on in Hebrew, I think. This might be some prayer, incantation, even a spell. There's not enough left to read anything. That's all, but I'm not any closer to a solution. I need someone like Sofar.
A thaumaturge and a kabbalist?
Do you know one, Rabbi?
Well, there is someone. Normally, I'd advise against contacting him, but after considering these extraordinary circumstances, and with trust in your choice of a path to lead me down, I'm compelled to reveal that it's Ariel Rofe.
Of course.
Do you know one another?
Well, I know him well enough to suspect that he might not want to help me, but I'll look for him.
Mercy rebuilds bridges.
I think I know where Rafa would tell me to shove that.
All right,
I do not remember who he is because it's been
it just makes the blood boil.
a while since I played.
Shall we?
This game is super interesting story-wise too. Again, the points of interest that you get for experience points, not so interesting, but the rest of the story is really good. I will do this quest to get some points, but other than that, I will keep doing the main side quests in-game. Who the hell is that guy? Person's right, yeah. It does have a very nice journal too. There you are. Oh, it's that guy. Okay, interesting. It's that guy that helped us, but his friend died, etc. He also knew about this, that's interesting. He didn't say anything. Anyway, I'm gonna go because my dog is whining and he needs to get walked. Alright dog, relax. And I'll be back soon, not tomorrow, but soon, with more Thaumaturge and more Fallout London. Thank you for watching, as usually. If you watch the YouTube, you know what to do. Have a good night. See you next time. Bye bye.